when I watched the testimony of our four-star generals, I thought, wow, they're committing suicide in their institution because they're making unfounded charges and they're implementing new protocols that are directly aimed at a supposedly biased young 18 to 20-year-old who has never had much of an opportunity in this country. They were the losers of globalization in the Midwest and the South, rural people. And yet we know from their statistics and their battlefield efficacy that these are the very people that our enemies are afraid of. These are the people we send into the streets of Baghdad. These are the people we send in, to Kabul, and they're very good soldiers. They're the world's best. And yet why you would tamper with that, it makes no sense. It's the same thing on the other end of the spectrum on these campuses. These were the world's most preeminent campuses. 1/3, roughly, of all the students are foreign students. We have 1 million foreign students that come in here to study at these preeminent universities. But if you look at what they've done, they have dropped the SAT entrance requirement. They do not grade high school grade point averages comparatively. So if I get a straight A out here at a rural 500-person high school and somebody's, in Palo Alto with 2,000 people and he's got an A, it's the same. So it's a methodology not to use merit to let in students from minority backgrounds for the large part, or different types of gender or sexual identities. And what I'm getting at is that they didn't understand the consequences of that, just like the military didn't. And the consequences that in the fourth year of these repertory admissions are, Yale is giving 80% A's, Stanford about 65. They've had to stop the traditional workload. They're softening the courses. They are introducing new courses. There's thousands of diversity, equity, inclusion people auditing the faculty, so they don't want to die on the altar of standards. And in this conundrum, we have, as I said, 1 million foreign students, and they're mostly from illiberal nations. There's about 150 to 200,000 from Middle Eastern Muslim nations, 350,000 from China, another 200 from right-wing or left-wing autocracies in Latin America and Asia, and we don't audit them. But the universities recruit these people because they pay full tuition with no discount, no scholarships. And so you put all of that together, and one of the subtexts of these campus demonstrations are, a lot of students feel that they want to renegotiate the university, that it's too difficult or it's too traditional, and they didn't sign up for that, and they can't do the work, and they want to be excused from their finals, they want to have their senior project dropped, et cetera, et cetera. So if you talk to employers, and I know you've seen it on the news, but you talk in person to them, they'll say, I don't want to hire these people. I don't want to hire them because I see them on television every night. They leave, they protest, they're coddled, they're hothouse plants. They want delivered food as they destroy buildings. When they leave the campus quad, it's a mess. Their trash is there. They treat policemen, maintenance people like dirt, middle-class, good Americans. If I hire them, I know they don't have the analytical skills, the English fluency or compositional skills, the mathematical background that university's preeminent degree used to signify. And I know they'll go right to human resources the moment I hire them and complain. And so you talk to these employers and they'll say, I would prefer Georgia Tech or Texas A&M or the University of Tennessee graduate to a Columbia graduate or a Yale graduate, because actually these are the new prestigious schools. We just haven't caught up. The Ivy League in American higher education, the elites are going the way of Disney and Bud Light and Target and, CNN. And they don't know it, but it's happening as we speak.